You know, if you ask a chess player about their style, you're going to get a million different answers. Are you that tactical genius or more of a slow, positional grinder? It's a debate as old as the game itself. Is style a real defining thing, or is it just a story we tell ourselves? Well, it turns out we might finally have a real answer. And yeah, this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? This comment from a Reddit chess forum, it just nails the skepticism so many people feel. Are you really an aggressive player, or is that just a nice way of saying you keep messing up, hoping for some wild last-ditch attack to save you? So that's the big question we're tackling. Is chess style a real, genuine phenomenon, like a fingerprint that's totally unique to you? Or is it just a myth? Maybe something only the top grandmasters can even talk about. Let's dig in and find out. Okay, so before we can even answer that, we've got to be on the same page. We need to speak the same language. And in chess, that language is really built on two fundamental ideas: tactics and strategy. Here's the easiest way to think about it. Tactics are like the punches and jabs in a boxing match. They're short-term, immediate threats. Strategy, well, that's the long-term game plan. It's about slowly wearing your opponent down, building up these tiny advantages that hopefully lead to a knockout later on. To really get this, let's start with the flashy stuff, the tactics. Yeah, tactics are those sharp, in-your-face moves. And the most famous one of all has got to be the fork, right? You use one piece, it's usually a knight, to attack two of your opponent's pieces at the exact same time. They can only save one, so you're guaranteed to win something. And then you've got the pin. This is a nasty one. You're attacking a piece, but it can't move out of the way. Because if it does, it exposes an even more valuable piece behind it, like the king or the queen. So that piece is just stuck. It's pinned right there. And right alongside the pin is its evil twin, the skewer. It's basically a pin in reverse. You attack the valuable piece in front, forcing it to move, and then you snatch up the less valuable piece that was hiding behind it. So all these moves, forks, pins, skewers, these are the building blocks, the nuts and bolts of a chess game. Okay, so here's the key distinction. Tactics and strategy, those are about what you can do. They're skills you learn. But style, that's different. Style is about what you choose to do. It's about your preferences, the kinds of fights you pick, the risks you're comfortable taking. It's your personal philosophy on the board. And when you get to the very top, the grandmaster level, this isn't just some casual preference. It becomes a deeply held belief system. And when you get two of these powerful, clashing styles facing off, well, that's when you get the kind of legendary battles that people talk about for decades. So think back to the 1920s. A new idea called hypermodernism just burst onto the scene. For ages, everyone believed you had to control the center with your pawns. But these guys, like Aaron Nimzowitsch, they came along and said, you know what? Let them have the center. We'll control it from the sides with our long-range pieces, and then we'll make them pay for overextending. It was a total revolution in thinking, a completely different style. But there's probably no greater example of a clash of styles than the legendary rivalry between Anatoly Karpov and Garry Kasparov. You had Karpov, the ultimate positional player, just slowly, methodically squeezing the life out of his opponents. And then you had Kasparov, this dynamic, aggressive force of nature who was always looking for a fight. Their first world championship match in '84, wow, it was an absolute epic. The rules were simple. First person to win 6 games is the champion. And Karpov just explodes out of the gate, goes up 5-0. It looked like a total blowout. But Kasparov just would not break. What happened next was this insane war of attrition. Just look at this, 40 draws. The match was ultimately stopped, controversially, after 48 games, with no winner. And that was just the beginning. Over their entire rivalry, they played 5 world championship matches, 144 games against each other. And after all that, look how close the score was. Kasparov with 21 wins, Karpov with 19, 104 draws. Their styles were complete opposites, but they were so perfectly balanced against each other that they basically fought for the soul of the game for more than a decade. So, okay, it's pretty clear that grandmasters have a style, right? It's forged in these epic clashes. But what about the rest of us? What about you and me? Is that Reddit comment right? Are we just making excuses? Well, here's the cool part. In today's world, with millions of games being played online every single day, we can actually start to answer this question with data. Because let's just ask, what if that person on Reddit was just wrong? What if your style isn't an excuse, but something much, much deeper? What if every move you make, every choice, every tendency, what if it all adds up to a measurable digital signature, a chest fingerprint that is uniquely yours? And this isn't some sci-fi concept. It's a real field of research called behavioral stylometry. It's basically the science of figuring out who someone is just by looking at the choices they make, which is exactly what a team of researchers at the University of Toronto set out to do. They built an AI, and they fed it a massive data set, millions of games from the chess website Lichess. And the question was simple. Could this AI learn to pick out a specific player from the crowd just by analyzing their games? The answer, an absolutely massive yes. Get this, if you gave the AI just 100 games played by one person, it could find that person in a group of thousands of other players with 98% accuracy. So yeah, your chess style, it's real, and it's very, very detectable. But wait, it gets even more interesting. You might think, oh, it's just memorizing the opening moves everyone plays. But the researchers thought of that. They ran the test again, but this time they chopped off the first 15 moves of every game. And the AI, it was still incredibly accurate. So it's not about memorized openings. It's picking up on something much deeper, a fundamental pattern in how you think, long after the books are closed. Now, this is an amazing discovery, for sure. But it also, well, it opens a can of worms. It raises some pretty big and maybe even a little unsettling questions about who we are online. The researchers who did the study said it themselves. Most of us probably have no clue how easy it is to identify us by our actions. It doesn't take a ton of data. Just a handful of your chess games is enough for an AI to connect the dots and figure out who you are with scary accuracy. And you can see where this is going, right? This kind of technology could pretty easily be used to unmask anonymous online accounts or to link your accounts on different websites. Basically, it could reveal your real identity whether you want it to or not. That hidden signature of yours, it might not be so hidden anymore. So we started this whole thing with one simple question. Is chess style even real? And now we have a scientific answer. Yes, absolutely. You have one, a unique, measurable signature. Which leaves us with one last kind of spooky thought to chew on. In a world where an AI can read your every move, your every tendency, who are you really playing against? The person on the other side of the screen? Or are you just playing against the predictable patterns of yourself?
Hope you like our video. Don't forget to comment, share and subscribe us. To join our insightful chess Anurag classes, WhatsApp or call us at given number. Thanks for watching.